Yo, what's up, guys? Welcome to episode number 58 of our Islanders Game Mode. So, in the last episode, we did the draft and off-season and stuff like that. We released a few players, and our lines aren't as good as last year. We released Draisaitl and Dalcoli, or not Dalcoli, but Hosang. Reason being is they're both 32, so they're kind of getting close to retirement. So, our team looks a little bit weaker this year, but we are kind of balanced offensively, defensively, and goaltending-wise. So that's a look over our lines again quickly. So Lucas Winchester is going to play his first season, even though he's a 78. Just want to see if he could grow. And then Rory Winquist is also playing for the first time. So he's got a very good shooting category and skating. So looking forward to seeing that. And then he's also actually really good defensively. So he might be one of those guys that are on the penalty kill. I'm not 100% sure. Because I didn't edit the penalty kill lines. No, he's not on the penalty kill, but he is on the power play. So we'll see how that turns out. He's an offensive defenseman, so I think he'll put up a few goals maybe, but not 100% sure how he'll do for his first season. But let's just get the season simulation underway. Starting off with the preseason, see how our guys do, and then we'll make line changes accordingly if we need to. But yeah, I'm hoping for a chance to get back to those playoffs and just get past the first round again, because we got eliminated last year to Washington in 7 games. So, okay, let's start by scouting in Canada in the WHL. So, first preseason game, and it's a 4-1 win. Nice. And a 6-5 shootout win. So, looks like we're having a good preseason. Start off, there's another win. And it's a good year for rookies this year. So if we do have a bad year, maybe we'll pick up a new franchise guy. But who knows? We've only lost 1 game so far in these preseason and shootout, and there's another loss in regulation now. And last game of the preseason against Pittsburgh is a shootout loss. So in the preseason, we go 4-1-2, which is a nice, decent record. We got some win points out of it. But hopefully our season's that good as well. So let's just check the player stats for the preseason. So Dawson Holt, wow. Okay, Dawson Holt is an 82 overall, put up 6 points in 7 games. Lucas Braun with 5 points. Josephson with 5 points. Ramsey with 5 points. Dalcoli with only 4. I think he's getting close to retirement as well. Yeah, he's dropping off, it looks like already, which is not good. Scrimes with 4 points. Kudrock 4 points, Velarde 4 points, Staples, Grellinger, and Adams with 3 points. Tarasov, Alcock, and Pulak with 2 points, and Lucas Winchester actually 2 points. Gore with 2 points. Winquist picked up 1 goal, and they had no points. Goalie-wise, let's see. So both goalies got to play, and once again, Connor Ingram played great, and McMillan played good as well. So except for his goals against is a bit high, but whatever. So that's the preseason stats. I don't think I want to make any line changes at the moment. I will give it a bit before we make line changes, like if we start dropping off a lot. But yeah, let's slow sim the first game of the season like we do a lot, just to see how our team plays in the first game of the season. So our first game is against New Jersey in New Jersey. So we're on the road to start it off. First period, and it's 2-1 for the Devils. So Zajac, and well, I guess the Devils drafted another Zajac guy, and Daniel Sprong, who we're trying to sign in free agency. So that's interesting. And Adams actually scored a goal a minute and a second into his first game with us. He was our free agent signing this year. We had to give up our second round pick for this year as well just to get him. We're being outshot badly though, 17-6. Second period, and Sprong makes it 3-1. So damn, it sucks that Daniel Sprong decided to sign with the Devils instead of us. Honestly, because if he wasn't with New Jersey, it might have been a closer game. Edwin Ramsey pulls us back within 1 with his first of the season, but Severson makes it 4-2. We're being really badly outshot, and there's a nice goal. Pulak picks up a late goal to makes this a 1-goal game. And will we score it all? Yes, we will. With 7 seconds left, Edwin Ramsey picks up his second goal. So what a clutch performance in the third. We were down 3-1, and then we were down 4-2. But with the last 10 minutes, Ryan Pulock manages to pick up a goal, and then Ramsey with his second of the night with 7 seconds left. And despite being outshot by almost 10 shots, we're going to overtime in the first game of the season. But Doherty's going to end it right there. So pretty good still first game of the season. We lose in overtime, but a great third period. So Adams from Josephson and Scrimes, Ramsey from Tarasov and Holt, Pulock from Holt and Ramsey from Winchester and Braun, and that's that. So that fourth line or third line, one of the two played very well. Ramsey picked up 3 points in his first game of the season, and his name's Edward, not Edwin. So despite getting an overtime loss, that was a pretty decent first game. So yeah, let's sim the rest of these up to November 1st, and then we'll check maybe, well, actually we won't check the standings and stuff yet. We'll do that at December 1st probably. So we win 3-0 against the Caps in the second game of the season, so that's a nice win. And then we lose 1 in regulation, so 1-1-1. There's back-to-back losses. Game against Carolina is another loss. So we're 1-3-1. That's 3 regulation losses in a row. We'll send out our scout to the OHL, and let's go a month or 5 weeks just so it doesn't pop up a lot. Game against Arizona. Can we stop this losing streak, guys? And we do not. It continues. So 4 regulation losses now in a row after going 1-1, or 0-1-1. My bad. And there's 2 straight wins. Nice, with only 1 goal against, and there's another one. So we managed to win 3 in a row, and now in our first 9 we are 4-4-1, which is not too bad, I guess. That's like 500. So let's go up to the 18th. See if we could get back on winning terms like we were just doing. And there's another win, back-to-back wins against Nashville. So we're 5-4-1 now. It's 4 in a row. Make that 5 in a row with a nice shootout win over Toronto. And there's our first loss in a little bit. So 6-5-1 in the first 12. Game against St. Louis. And we lose. And there's another loss. So now we're going back on a losing streak. Seems like we're the type of team to just win a lot and then lose a lot. Like, look at that 9-2 loss over against the Devils. That's bad, especially considering they're a divisional rival. That's a loss that we don't want to get. So, but we managed to come back with a win against Tampa. So we're 7-9-1. Almost. We have about 5 more games left in this month. So we'll sim those quickly, and then we'll check our player stats so far for the season. There's a bad 8-3 loss, so we're starting to let in a lot of goals, it seems like. Not playing good defensively. There's a 2-1 win. So yeah, it seems like we have good games, and then we have bad games, and we just go on streaks of winning or losing. So, see, like now we're on a 3-game winning streak again. Okay, we're going to send out our scout again to the queue this time, get all of Canada scouted. And the last game of the month is against Washington on home ice too. Come on, boys. They took us out of the playoffs last year. Will we beat them? And no, we won't. So, up at December 1st, we are 10-11-1 in our first 22 games, which is okay, I guess, but we are kind of out of a playoff spot, but it looks like our division's pretty strong this year, so we need to push harder if we want to make those playoffs. So, let's just check our player stats so far for the season. So Dalcoli's got 15 points, Pulock with 14 points, Josephson 14, Velarde 13, Braun 13, Scrimes and Ramsey with 11, Kucherov and Staples with 10. Winchester's got 9 already in his career, so that's pretty nice considering he's only a 77. Holt's got 9, Alcock's got 8, Grellinger's got 7, Tarasov's got 6, Winquist has 5 already, not too bad. Gore has 4, Adams has 4. Day has 1. I don't know why Gore only has 4. He's on the second line too, so. But yeah, that's the points. Doesn't look like, it looks kind of like we have a bit of depth point scoring, and that's why nobody has an outstanding number. In net wise though, we're letting in way too much goals, as you could tell. Connor Ingram, 3.31 goals against average, and he's 3-3-0, so nowhere near as good of a bit of a season with us last year. And then McMillan's 7-9-0 with a 314 goals against average. So yeah, both goalies aren't getting it done this year, so that's our only problem. So maybe we look for a goalie at the deadline if it continues. Not 100% sure, but yeah, so we're still within striking distance of getting into the playoffs, but just not that good so far. Hopefully this month is a nice one. So up to January 1st, let's see if we can get some wins again, guys. Go on another winning streak. Game against Detroit is a win, nice. And against Ottawa, there's a shootout loss. Hopefully Hosang's not picking up any points with Ottawa at the time, because that's where he signed during free agency. And there's a win. There's another one. See, we went on a 3-game losing streak, and now we're back on a 2-game winning streak. So we have some player morale to deal with. Well, actually, I'll also check eventually where Draisaitl and stuff signed. Because I want to see where Draisaitl signed. I'm not sure. Like, I want to also check how Hosang maybe he's doing, that sort of thing. We'll check that maybe at the end of the season, just for extra stuff. And now we're back on a losing streak again, so it's not looking like a good simulation so far for us. We're basically around 500. So we might have to have a stronger month. Like, if we have a strong month, we could make the playoffs, but hopefully one of our upcoming months is like one of those ones where we win like 6 or 7 in a row. See, like, we're a bit of an on and off team still. Like last season, I believe we were as well. So, but we now have more regulation wins than losses, but we're still basically 18-18 with the overtime / shootout losses. So let's go to the United States now. So up at January 1st, we are 18-15-3. Yeah, let's just check actually where Draisaitl and stuff are right now. See if they're excelling with their new teams. Also, our player stats wise, it looks like Dalcoli's started to pick it up, and Kudrock has as well. Like, the first line's playing way better now, so that's great. That's what we want. Okay, yeah, let's just go to the entire league again. See where Draisaitl is and how Hosang is doing. So sort by alphabetical order and go down. This might take a bit. Well, maybe not for Draisaitl, but Draisaitl should be kind of soon. But I'm guessing he's going to retire soon, so that's one of the reasons I released him. So he decided to sign with the Toronto Maple Leafs. So, and he's still in 85, so he didn't drop off at all, but looks his potential is now down to a top 9. So glad I got rid of him, but he's playing pretty good actually in Toronto. He's got 21 points in 38 games, so not too bad for him. And then Hosang, let's see how he's doing in Ottawa. Hosang. Where are you? Oh, there you are. He's got 30 points in 36 games, and he's still in 85 in a third line scoring forward. I don't know why I didn't re-sign him, but his potential dropped to a bottom 6 forward. So, yeah, I think he might retire soon. So that's good, I guess. We kind of released him. So, that's that. There was something I just quickly saw that I wanted to see. Oh, it was just a Gervais guy. Okay. If it was Gervais Chouinard, I was like, that was the guy that we drafted, but it wasn't. So, okay, let's continue with the season. Hopefully we can just go on a bit of a tear this month. Yeah, let's actually check if there's been any transactions yet. Just because I don't know if there's been any trades yet. So, no trades at all. Unless there was some early in the season that I missed, but we'll just continue simulation. I'm just going to quickly stretch as well, so I'll start talking in like 5 seconds or so. Just need to stretch my legs. So we start off this season, or not this season, January with 2 wins in a row, but then we lose one, so Yeah, this might be still a bit of a back and forth month. I still want that month where we go on a bit of a streak. Is now, look, we won 2 in a row and then we lost 3 in a row. So we're continuing just how we played last season. Hopefully we go farther this year if we make the playoffs. But look at that. That's now 5 losses in a row. But then there's a nice win over Devils. And a shootout loss to Minnesota. So we're starting to drop a lot of games. Hopefully the trade deadline helps us out because we might make some moves for like maybe some goaltending problems. Like maybe we trade Ingram. So we got some player morale. Let's see what player morale. Scrimes, what does he have to say? Playing extra ice time. Did he like demanding? Yes, he did. Okay, good. Yeah, I mean, it's Pittsburgh. And we win. At least we're beating some divisional teams, so that's good for us in the standings, at least in our division. So up at January 1st, or February 1st, my bad, we are 26-21-4. So still not a very good record, but we are currently in that wildcard spot, so that's nice. We're up 3 points on Columbus, but we're still behind Rangers, only about 2 points, and then less than 10 points between Carolina and Pittsburgh, so we could still make it, I guess. Well, we could always still made it, but looks like we're playing good, so good enough to get into the playoffs. I don't know how good Columbus and New Jersey have been playing as of recent. Okay, let's continue simulating so we get the season done with in this episode. So let's go right up to the deadline, and then we'll see if we can find maybe a new goalie if our goalies have not been playing good still. Depends how this month is. I think this month might be one of the good months. We'll see how it is. And we started off with a nice win against Boston. So there's another Eastern Conference team to beat. So at least we're beating those Eastern Conference teams because then that helps us with the playoffs. Like the Western Conference ones matter too, but obviously not as much. See, there's a loss against Calgary, but will we win against Rangers? No, we will not. So that's a team that's ahead of us, so it's not going to affect the standings too much, I believe. And Scrimes is happy with that. Oh, sorry about that, Scrimes. Game against Tampa. And we lose again. So that's 2 losses against Eastern Conference teams. That's not good. In San Jose, there's a nice win. 6-3. We got some games against divisional opponents coming up here. Carolina, Columbus, Carolina, Pittsburgh, and Columbus again. So hopefully we can win those games. Game against Tampa, and we win 5-3, so that's nice. But then we lose to Carolina, who's first in the division still, I think. But there's a win against Columbus, so we're actually beating still the teams that are underneath us, which is good. But there's 2 straight losses. Game against Carolina. Come on, guys. Trade deadline is upon us. There's another loss. So up at the deadline, we are 30-28-4, which is not a very good record at all. But I think we still have that wildcard spot. No, we don't. We are just 2 points back of the Devils for that last wildcard spot. So we need to, I think we might need to make some trades. So let's just look at our player stats to see who has not been performing the way they should be. I think Gore wasn't, but I don't know if I really want to move Gore. So let's look at our roster or our stats. It looks like Dal Coley's starting to play very well. He's now got 52 points. And then Yosusin with 43, Kudrow 41. Maybe we just need to make some line changes, but look at all this depth points. So, like Rory Winquist, wow, 18 points for this youngster. That's nice. 11 goals, 7 assists. Winchester's got 14 points as well. You know, I think our entire team's been playing pretty decently for the most part. It might be just, yeah, it's backup goaltending pretty much because Ingram has just not been playing great. But McMillan's not been playing the best either. Oh, his stuff is not actually that bad. It's just his goals against average isn't that good. But yeah, I don't think we need to really make any changes. It's just maybe more some line changes that we'll do. Currently though, let's just check our stats. Last year we had the least goals for, but we still made it into the playoffs. This year, where are we for goals for? We are here, so at least we're doing better than last year. Goals against, we are probably at one of the highest, I'd assume. Maybe not actually. We're right here for goals against, wherever that is. And power play percentage, we are, let's see, where are we? We're not too bad actually on the power play. Currently we are 34 for 172 with a 19.8 percentage. Better than the real life Islanders currently. And our penalty kill is like in the middle kind of as well. That's not too bad. Okay. So yeah, I don't think we're going to make any moves at this deadline. Let's just see what's available. And then if there's nothing, we'll just continue simulating, because I don't think I really want to mess with the team. I might just edit the lines, because the team's been playing like it's kind of depth points. So few Callies available, Rantanen, Mikko Rantanen is available, Kardilli's, Vaborny, Reinstrom. Oh yeah, I forgot we released him last year, I think it was. He's close to retiring with Boston. Taylor, Monahan's probably close to retiring as well. That would be nice to have him, but our center core is fine. Scheifele doesn't look like anybody too huge. Most of these guys are kind of close to retirement. Spencer Watson's pretty nice, but I don't know when he retires. Zibanejad, Millen. Yeah, there's nobody huge available. Morgan Riley's available, but I don't think. Yeah, he's got still a lot of trade value. And that's that. So yeah, I'm not gonna make any trades at this deadline, as I don't usually. I usually do stuff more in the off season. So, and actually, I should edit my lines first. And then once I edit my lines, then we'll simulate the rest of the season and see if we could actually make it in these playoffs, because we're close, and Columbus is actually close too. But we need to go on a bit of a streak this month. So Velarde hasn't been putting up points. Josefson has. So I'm going to give Josefson the first line ice time. You know, he's only an 84. And Velarde there. Braun is actually up to an 84 as well. So that's nice. He's growing. He is actually a two-way guy. Is Scrimes good at face-offs? Yeah, he was, I think. Okay, so we're going to do something where we're going to put Scrimes down here. And we're going to put Braun up on the right wing. And then Gore over there still. Who's up to an 85 now. And all that's good. Defensively, yeah, I'm going to leave everything the same. Goaltending, going to leave the same. So just that tiny little change. See if that helps. We have a few divisional games. Actually, we play Columbus soon, so yeah, we need to beat Columbus there, because they're so close to us in the standings. So game against Pittsburgh, another divisional team, and we lose 3-2. Not good. Game against Columbus. Come on, guys. There's a nice win, keeping them away from our position. Let's go to Russia and scout for a month. Game in Chicago is a shootout loss, but there's a point, but still that's not good to lose. Come on, guys, we can't lose in overtime in shootout games, because that's going to affect our standings. There's another loss, 3 straight losses in a row. There's the win. Come on, guys, go on a winning streak. There you go, 2 games in a row. Oh, and it's snapped by the Dallas Stars. There's another win, so we've won 3 of our last 4. So we're starting to play better again. There's another win. Nice. And there's a shootout loss. That's at least a point, but still not very good to lose in overtime or a shootout. There's another shootout loss. God damn it. That's going to come back to bite us. There's a loss and then a win. And last game of the month. is another loss. So we're 36, 33, and 8. So we have a lot of overtime / shootout losses headed into the last month of simulation, which is April. We have the games all against Eastern Conference teams, so this is a huge month. We have Philadelphia, Florida, Carolina, Montreal, and Toronto. So none against Columbus, who was right on our ass, and none against New Jersey, who we are just a bit behind. Yeah, we need to catch up to New Jersey or whoever's in the other division. Let's just check. So standings, wow, Washington's not even doing good this year. It's kind of surprising because they took us out last year. Okay, so currently, let's see, the last playoff spot in the other division is 84 as well. So yeah, we need to get to 84 points, or we need to get above 84 points, and they have to like drop off a lot. Boston's also actually pushing for that last playoff spot as well. So we need to have a good few months, or a good last month, to see if we can make these playoffs. So let's slow sim these games. Game against Philadelphia. Come on, guys. We need to go on a winning streak here at the end of the season and push into these playoffs. First period, and it's 2-1 Philadelphia. We've already got us on the board, though. And, wow, that second period, it's now 4-3 Philly going into the third. Lucas Braun and Phil Gore. Come on, guys. We need to tie this game up and bring it into overtime. And there you go, Gore again with his second. So Gore's starting to strike out with some good goals in an important game. So they're out shooting us badly still, but we managed to get 4 goals on Anthony Stolarz, who's in net. Overtime underway. Come on, guys. And it's going to a shootout, and we win in the shootout. Wow, what a shootout that was, too. Petterstrom scored, and then Velarde scored, and then Trouba scored. Braun keeps us alive, and then Tarasov gets the shootout winner. 3 stars. Gore had 4 points in that game. Same with Velarde and Braun. So I think that line change definitely did help with that second line at least. So we get a 5-4 shootout win. That's a huge win. Florida's actually a team that we need to beat because they're one of those teams that have one of those last wildcard spots. Currently, we are still only 2 points back. But yeah, so we need to still beat Florida. Florida's a huge team to beat. If we can maybe get into the playoffs. First period, and it's 2-0 us. Yes, guys. Josefson and Gore. So Gore's continuing to go on a tear at the end of the season. And now it's 3-0 headed into the third. Kudrock gets us another goal. Looks like we might get back-to-back wins here at the end in April, which is very good to help us maybe get into these playoffs. Because if we just squeak in, maybe we have a chance of going far. Because we're a bit of an underdog. And it's going to be 3-0 final. 3 stars in this game. McMillan with 30 saves. Kudrock with 2 points. And Gore with a goal. So yeah, Gore's now got 5 points in his last 2 games. So it's great. And that was a huge win over 4-2. So let's see how the standings are currently. Yes, now we've passed New Jersey and we have that last wildcard spot. So these last few games are all about clinching. Columbus is right on our ass too. So it's still anybody's chance to get into the playoffs. Let's beat Carolina, who's one of the teams ahead of us in our division. First period, and it's 2-1 for them. Dal Coley got us still on the board. Second period, and it's 2-2. Scrimes ties it up. And it's tied game going into the third. We're being outshot by only a tiny bit. We have a power play, but we don't score on it. Oh, my back is so sore. Power play again, and we do not score again. Come on, guys. You got to score on our power play chances. And it is headed to overtime. So at least we got a point, but we still need to win. And there you go. Grellinger with a huge goal early into overtime. And we win 3-2. Connor Ingram is in netting. He has a good game this time. Pilak with 2 assists. And Grellinger with that overtime winner. He scores a lot actually in overtime. So I guess he excels at 3-on-3. So that was a huge overtime winner. And currently, let's just check the standings again. Currently, we are at 86 points, and we have both our division now has both wildcard spots, so that is good news for us. We're at 86 points. I think 1 or 2 more wins will clinch. We only have 2 games left in the season, so both against the other conference. I don't know if these guys are fighting for playoff spots, but let's see if we could beat Montreal and Toronto. First period, and it's 1-0 Montreal. Bobrovsky, I think that guy was the Toronto Maple Leaf before. Second period, and we tied up. Grellinger with another huge goal to propel it to another tied game going into the third. Penalty kill. Good job, boys. That was a huge penalty kill. We're on the road for this game as well, so. And we have a long-ass power play, but we do not succeed on it. And Modsko makes it 2-1 Montreal late. And is that going to be it? Yes, it is. So Montreal manages to put us on the brink probably as well with a win. Because New Jersey's probably past us now. We've lost locker room chemistry. But we're still in that playoff spot, but New Jersey's been pushed out because of that loss. So let's just take a look at the Eastern Conference standings headed into this last game of the playoffs. Or not the playoffs this season. God damn it. Oh. That's what happens when you do commentaries earlier in the morning. So currently, let's see, Florida has the same amount of points as us, but less games played. Montreal is making a push at the end, but they actually don't have any more games. So we should almost have been clinched. Should have this almost clinched. New Jersey just is the only team that might be able to pass us. So, last game of the season against Toronto. Come on, guys. They're way below 500. We need to beat them. If we could beat them, we will more than likely make the playoffs. So, first period, and it's 2-0 us. There you go. On Linus Soderstrom too. Good job, Linus. Good job. He wants us to get to the Stanley Cup Finals again, guys, this year. So, I guess he's playing in Toronto. Velarde and Tarasov make it 2-0 after the first period. 17-6 the shots in favor of us. And, wow, it's 4-0 going into the third. So, yeah, Soderstrom just letting us get into the playoffs. And, yeah, it's going to be 6-0 final. He got to play in front of his old crowd, too, and he lets in 6 goals to help us out big time and get us into the playoffs, I think, with a 6-0 win. That's a huge win. So I think we should have clinched. And to see, yeah, we did clinch. Good job, guys. So we did actually make the playoffs with that nice little run at the end. Only 1 loss, and that was to Montreal. So who are we going up against in round number 1? We are going up against the Ottawa Senators and Josh Ho-Sang. God damn. What are the chances that we have to go against Josh Ho-Sang? So we actually haven't played the Sens in a long time, I think. Because, I know we played them way back in year number 3 or 2. But, yeah, we haven't played them much in the playoffs before. So here's the matchup still for the playoffs. So St. Louis is back in the playoffs again against Edmonton, Arizona, and Vancouver, Winnipeg, and San Jose, Chicago, Colorado, us in Ottawa, Detroit, and Buffalo, Florida, and the Rangers, and Carolina and Pittsburgh. Let's quickly check our player stats for the season, and then we'll look at the lines for the Ottawa Senators. So Dal Colle led us with 69 points, followed by Kudrow with 59, Velarde 56, Jostafsson had 55, Scrimes 49, Braun 49, Pulock 45, Ramsey 38, Holt and Gore 32, Wenquist 28 in his rookie season as a defenseman. That's very nice. Grellinger 24, Staples 21, Alcock 17, Tarasov 17, Winchester 16, and Adams and Day with 9 and 6 only. So our entire team put up great numbers, so I think it's just because we had good enough depth. Goaltending wise, let's see. So yeah, our goaltenders started to play good near the end as well. McMillan went 29-27 in 4 with a .919 save percentage and a 2.5 or 5 goals against average. Ingram had a 2.65 goals against average, but a winning record of a late 11, 8, and 1. What the hell? I'm losing what I'm trying to say. And a 916 save percentage. So, yeah, 8 shutouts combined between the two goaltenders. And McMillan actually had 1 assist as well. So, that is that for our team. So, hopefully we have a good run this year. Hopefully the Sens aren't that difficult of a team. They did have a good regular season record, so we might be able to beat them. So let's just go and see what their lines look like. And the next episode will be round number 1. So hopefully we can win a cup before Del Coley retires, because he's kind of close. So edit lines. Or not, yeah, view opponents. So Ottawa has Sergei Smirnov on the first line, 89 left wing sniper, so that's dangerous. Philippe Lemieux, center sniper, so 2 snipers, 87 overall, and Josh Hosang, who's the playmaker on that first line. So pretty good for the most part, a playmaker and 2 snipers. So looks like Hosang's going to be feeding these guys a lot of passes, and they're going to be sniping it a lot. Wow, their center depth is crazy though. The second line is just as good as their first for the most part. Trevor Green, this guy's a medium elite, 21 only, and he's 88 overall. With Duke Party, who's another medium elite. Wow. First overall pick and second overall pick. So, yeah, Ottawa has 2 huge studs that are going to be on the first line next year probably. So these guys are crazy. And then Jake Virtanen, who's looking for a last chance at a cup probably. So, very nice second line. And then third line, Edgar Lavallee, he's an 83, so that's not too bad. But look at that, an 88, another medium elite guy at second overall. So the Sens have had 3 years in a row where they had the top 2 or a top 2 pick. That's insane. And then Junior Rogalowski, so another nice 85. So yeah, this is a very deep team for center core and a very nice depth. Fourth line, they have Tim Gettinger, so not too bad. Logan Brown didn't turn out to be much for them. He could be just low on ice time, and that's why he's losing morale. And then Curtis Lazar is an 84. So yeah, very nice team on offense. Defensively, they have Travis Sanheim, so I guess they signed him during free agency last year, with Pavel Grachev. So not a bad top 2. Then they also have Jerry Ho and Jake Bean, so a nice second defensive pairing kind of. And Eric Brandstrom and Cody Ceci, who's looking for a last chance at a cup as well. So yeah, it's a pretty nice defensive core for the most part, considering they have a really stud offense. And in goaltending is where they're weak. Luke Olpika is their starter at 84 overall, and Howard Parks at 83. So that's that. Scratch people, they have Tommy Vanelli and Sebastian Olsen, both 81. So yeah, they're a pretty nice team for the most part, except for their goaltending is a bit weak. But let's see how E8 compares us. So we have worse offense, we have better defense, and we have better goaltending. So hopefully our defense and our offense, or not our offense, our goaltending can beat their offense. So yeah, that's gonna do it, guys, for this episode of Islanders Gym. So in the next episode, we'll start off the playoff simulation and see if we can beat these Ottawa Senators. So yeah, see you guys next time.